What did the marketing team do to overhype it? Well, I will tell you. Let's watch the official reveal trailer. So it says from the makers of Apex Legends and Titanfall, and 43, 44 seconds in is we get this. Comes a new breed of shooter. And this is after we've seen 40 seconds of pretty average looking hero shooter gameplay, and they haven't shown off what the thing that's going to set this game apart is. And this is also after we're seeing a lot of power-ups like this, the ice wall. This is May's ice wall, just straight up, this is May's ice wall. Does that mean other developers can't use it in other games? Absolutely not. But it also does seem lazy when it's this many years into the hero shooter genre and we're still using power-ups like this and not branching out, and it's still ice. Why couldn't this be anything else, like a wooden barrier that you could break down? And she's throwing daggers and stuff. This reminds me of like even Valorant, like Jet has daggers. Like it just looks so generic, but it's that specifically. It's a new breed of shooter. It isn't. It really isn't. I think this is the problem right here. It's not even just the time slot in the VGAs where this was announced. Keep in mind that time slot is for like stratosphere developers announcing their new biggest game. The last game that got announced there was a new Naughty Dog IP, which, you know, people bagged on, but even still that was Naughty Dog. So for Jeff Keighley to give them that slot, but they're a free-to-play hero shooter, like it's just mind-boggling. But even the developers weren't super happy about this. This is an article from GameSpot where GameSpot sat down with Dusty Welch, who's the game director and co-founder. So originally planned to shadow drop its free-to-play raid shooter. It worked well for Apex Legends. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Apex dropped at a time where even people were like, man, there's a lot of battle royales coming out. Then Apex came out and people loved it. I loved Apex. I thought it was the best version of a battle royale, and I loved PUBG, but Apex was like fast, and that's what I wanted. This is developed and published by Wildlight, so this is an indie studio, but with like insane devs, and we'll get into the devs in just a second. Wildlight having additionally revealed its 2026 content plans for the shooter. And GameSpot says, yes, there's something exciting and fresh about the overall experience, even if it might not thrive in an already crowded live service shooter market. It took me a couple matches to really understand what the game was about and what they were trying to do. But after a couple matches, I was actually having fun. Do I think it's a great game? Absolutely not. I think there's a ton of potential for it, though. The bones are there. The bones are there. We've been tired of hero shooters for years now. Even when Concord was announced, people were like, oh, okay, so this is just Overwatch. I remember when Rainbow Six Siege was announced that they were going to have operators and people were like, ugh, okay. But that ended up working out. And Jeff Keighley's response to all this has just been so annoying too. So he does have to double down, but he's doing it in the most annoying way. He posted something on X that was like, typing, oh yeah, here we go. In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies. No one's apologizing. So is a lot of this Jeff Keighley's fault? Yeah, I would say a large portion of this is the marketing that they had to do for the game, because that top spot of the VGA is just so hard to pass up on. And I don't blame the devs for actually taking that spot. This is their first game, but look at the dev team: Apex Legends, Apex, Titanfall, Call of Duty, Guitar Hero. He's been in the game for a long time. Apex, Overwatch, Blizzard, Destiny 2. Of course, the Apex flavor is going to be there because a lot of these guys are Apex vets, but they've also been around in the gaming industry for years. This guy worked on Battlefield 2. You know, so the dev team is insanely talented, has been in the game for a long time. So this isn't like an actual indie dev team that is just trying something out for their first game and seeing if they can make a splash. These are devs that have been in the industry for decades. And I think a lot of this hate is incredibly misplaced and it's very unfortunate, but they are still making a game that feels very bland and it doesn't even feel complete on its release date. There's no ranked mode. It doesn't run that great, and I'm getting flag and hit registry. I was even having server queue issues. A lot of people were complaining about server queue issues. 97,000 people the first day, and then it dropped to 20,000 the second day. And now the third day, I can't even find it on the top 100. So there's less than 15,000 people playing the game today. Somebody did bring up a good point and it's like, we'll have to wait and see what the weekend brings, which is true because people work in 9-to-5 jobs. I don't think it's going to move the needle all that much. What I do think is going to happen is this game already came out and it kind of crashed and burned already, which is unfortunate because the game is fun. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to go under the radar again and they're not going to talk about it all that much until they start releasing more content. And then I think word of mouth is going to generate a lot more interest in the game and hype, where people are going to say like, hey, I've been playing Highguard again and it's actually really fun. And then they get their friends to play. In the first couple months, we're going to get a new warden, new map, the ranked mode, which should have launched with the game in my opinion. But I think it'll take a couple of months of content being released for people to understand that there is something actually that's really cool here. But they also need to polish the experience, flesh it out a little bit more. I think it's going to happen. I really do. I have high hopes for this because it is fun.